For a show that's been around as long as Ninjago and one that explored many characters and themes, it's no surprise that it had some wild plot twists. It's part of what keeps the show so engaging, because the writers know how to set things up and when to flip the script. These twists aren't random either, they're often planned seasons in advance, from betrayals to secret identities. Ninjago has done it all. Ninjago has never been predictable. For over a decade it delivered twists that nobody saw coming. So today we uncover the top 10 most shocking plot twists in Ninjago history, the ones that rewrote everything. Let's dive in. Pythor's return after being eaten by the Great Devourer. This one was insane back in season 1. Pythor releases the Great Devourer. This massive agent serpent was meant to destroy Ninjago. Pythor ends up getting swallowed by it, alongside Sensei Wu. At the time it felt like that was the end for him, but then in Rebooted everything changes. In episode 29 we start seeing this creepy hooded figure working with the Overlord and the Nindroids, and then Pythor reveals that he was alive after being eaten by the Great Devourer. Not only did he survive being digested, but his scales are now bleached white from the Devourer's stomach acid, and he's not just hiding in the shadows anymore. He's fully aligned with the Overlord, spying on a ninja and plotting revenge. For a character who seemed totally gone, his return, his new look, and his alliance with one of the biggest villains in the show was a major twist nobody expected, and it was a big plot twist in Rebooted. Zane being revealed as the Ice Emperor. This twist absolutely shocked everyone. At first, the ninja thinks Zane is lost for good, after he disappears into the Neverrealm, but it turns out he wasn't lost, he was trapped there, and worse, he got corrupted by the scroll of forbidden spinjitzu. This scroll messes with his mind, and Vex manipulates him, making him turn into the Ice Emperor. Vex used Zane to rule over the Neverrealm for about 60 years. The way this flips Zane's story from hero to villain was pure genius. He never expected Zane to turn evil, and it shows that even the strongest can be broken down when faced with darkness. It's one of the moments that completely redefines the stakes for the ninja and the entire show. Cole turning into a ghost. This one hit hard and totally took fans by surprise. In possession, Cole suddenly becomes a ghost, and it wasn't something most people saw coming. The season was all about ghosts. Sure, but nobody really expected Cole himself to become one. This twist changed everything for Cole. His powers, his struggles, even his whole character journey took a new direction. What makes it even better is that the show didn't heavily foreshadow it, so when it happened it landed like a bombshell. It's also one of the saddest moments in the show. Cole still got great abilities like possessing snow or opening doors, but he could die from touching water. Cole also loses control over his body sometimes, so Cole turning into a ghost wasn't really a good thing. It shook up the story in a major way and stayed for a few seasons, until he turned into a human again in Day of the Departed, proving that Ninjago isn't afraid to switch things up and challenge its heroes in unexpected ways. P.I.X.A.L being revealed as Samurai X. This one was a big deal. We all knew P.I.X.A.L as Zane's loyal companion and Cyborg's assistant, not as a ninja or a samurai. So when she took up the mantle of Samurai X, a role everyone thought was only Nia's, it was a jaw drop moment. What made it even cooler? She kept her identity secret for a while, operating in that high-tech mech suit, surprising everyone. When the truth finally comes out.
This would be a good time to make a minor confession. I am Samurai.
What? Are you serious?
How is that possible?
How can you be Samurai X?
And for Zane, realizing that his trusted partner was also the mysterious Samurai X, added a whole new layer to the story. And what's even crazier, according to Ninjago co-creator Tommy Andresen, the original plan for Samurai X in the Hands of Time area was for it to be Master Wu. He would have traveled back in the time in disguise to help the ninja fight the Time Twins. That would have been a wild twist, but honestly, giving the role to P.I.X.A.L worked out perfectly. It gave her a moment to shine and add a depth we didn't expect. The Overlord possessed the Great Devourer. Now this is a kind of twist that rewrites everything we thought we knew. For years we just accepted that the Great Devourer was an evil serpent that bit Gormadon, but then Ninjago revealed that the Overlord was behind it all.
Your powers were a gift from me. It's I who possessed the serpent that bit your hand. It's I who corrupted the Great Devourer and set him against you.
Turns out, the Overlord actually possessed and corrupted the Great Devourer from the start. That explains why its bit turned Gormadon evil in the first place. It wasn't just venom, it was darkness straight from the Overlord himself. It all suddenly makes sense. This twist didn't just deepen the lore, it also pushed Harumi to turn against the Overlord once she realized the truth, showing that the Overlord was pulling strings way earlier than anyone realized. Skylor was a spy the whole time. This one shocked many people, because it caught everyone off guard. In Tournament of Elements, Skylor seemed like the perfect ally. She had elemental powers, a cool vibe, and even a bit of a romantic connection with Kai. But then, she's revealed to be Master Chen's spy and even his daughter. The twist hit hard because the show built up trust in her. She bends in, gains the ninja's confidence, and the whole time she's reporting back to her father. It added a whole new layer of tension, especially when that trust completely shattered. When Skylor used ice, making Kai realize that Skylor saw Zane and that she was working with Chen.
How did you just do that? He's never been in the tournament. You're the spy! You've seen Zane. You're working for Chen. Chen's your father? Yes!
But what made it even more interesting was that Skylor wasn't actually evil, just forced by Master Chen. Eventually, she flips on Chen, which makes her arc one of the most complex in the series. This wasn't just a huge twist, it added real depth to her story. Harumi was a quiet one. Season 8 gave us one of the most brutal betrayals in Ninjago history. Harumi was introduced as Princess Harumi.
The Jade Princess, Princess Harumi,
who had survived the Great Devourer's attack. She bonded with Lloyd, earned the trust of the ninja, and for a while she really felt innocent and protected by the ninja. But then, the truth hits. She wasn't just a background character, she was the quiet one, the secret leader of the Sons of Gormadon. This twist flipped the entire season on its head. All those kind words, even the love for Lloyd, was fake. A setup. Harumi had been manipulating everyone the whole time, working to resurrect Lord Gormadon. And when the masks finally came off, it wasn't just shocking, it was personal, especially for Lloyd. What made this twist even more effective is how long she was pretending she waited years to get her revenge. Every scene with Harumi suddenly felt different. She wasn't just a side character, she was the villain. And Ninjago has done more twists like this in the past. Jay was always adopted. Skybound didn't just mess with reality, it flipped Jay's entire backstory upside down, in a moment that felt like classic Ninjago chaos. Nadakan tricks Jay into wishing he was rich and never lived in a junkyard. Sounds harmless, until it reveals something huge. Jay was adopted. His real father, none other than Cliff Gordon, a famous actor Jay had admired his whole life. This wasn't just a quick gag, it completely rewrote Jay's identity. The guy who grew up in a junkyard with Ed and Edna, and the best part, even with all the fame and money, Jay still sees Ed and Edna as his real parents. Many people thought that Jay's wish made him adopted, but he was always adopted, and the wish just revealed it. But the twist didn't just change his character, it added tension, emotion, and even raised new questions about his biological family that the show still hints at years later. What started as a simple wish turned into one of the most emotional plot twists Ninjago has ever pulled off. Lloyd being revealed as a green ninja. Early Ninjago had one huge mystery. Who is a green ninja? Everyone thought it'd be one of the original four. Guy was hyped up, Go had the leadership, Jay had potential, and Zane had the logic. But then it's Lloyd, the tiny troublemaker, the literal son of Garmadon. No one saw that coming. The original plan was to make Jay the Green Ninja, but the writers thought it would be a bigger surprise for it to be Lloyd. At first, Lloyd was just an annoying kid, who even opened the tombs of the Serpentine, not the exactly chosen one material. But when Kai realized that they needed to protect the Green Ninja, after saving Lloyd from the volcano, the golden weapons revealed he's a legendary green ninja. The story flips. Suddenly this goofy little villain in training becomes a future savior of Ninjago. It was also hinted by the show, by showing the green 5 on Lloyd's shirt. The green meaning he was a green ninja, and a 5 meaning he would become the 5th ninja. And this twist didn't just shock the fans, it reshaped the whole series. Lloyd went from background character to main character, and it set up one of the most emotional storylines ever, Lloyd having to rise up and fight his own father Garmadon. This reveal defines Ninjago's golden age. It was bold, dramatic, and changed the show forever. Zane is a Nindroid. This is a moment that blew everyone's mind. Throughout season 1, Zane was just a quite awkward one. He meditated, he was super smart, and yeah, he was kind of weird, but no one thought it was because he wasn't human. In the episode TikTok, Zane follows a mysterious falcon deep into the forest and stumbles upon a hidden workshop. That's when the truth hits. Zane isn't just a ninja, he's a Nindroid, built by Dr. Julian, a literal robot with emotions, purpose, and a destiny of his own. And the best part, it was all foreshadowed. His old behavior, the precision, even Kai joking that Zane was inhuman.
10 minutes! He just broke his own record! The guy's inhuman!
It all silly makes sense. This wasn't just a twist, it redefined Zane's entire character and gave him one of the best story arcs in a show. From that point forward, Zane's journey wasn't just about being a ninja, it was about discovering his humanity. Despite not being human at all, he still got emotions because of his special power source, where his elemental power of ice is stored. Hands down, the greatest plot twist in Ninjago history. Ninjago has never been afraid to go there. These twists didn't just blow our minds, they define the series. What do you think is the biggest plot twist? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more Ninjago content, make sure to subscribe. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching.